Welcome to Art Walk with Cassie.
If there's one style in 20th century painting that people tend to remember instantly, Surrealism would definitely be near the top of the list. We see a clock so soft it looks like cloth, draped over a dead tree branch, a gigantic eye floating in the sky, and a man in a suit and bowler hat whose face is completely hidden behind an apple. These images look real, and yet they could never exist in real life. That's exactly what makes Surrealism so fascinating. It isn't just about painting things that look weird. It uses an incredibly convincing visual language to bring dreams, desire, memory, and the unconscious into view. Surrealism emerged in the aftermath of the First World War. The war led many European intellectuals to deeply question reason, order, and modern civilization itself. If so-called rational society had ended in mass slaughter, then why should people continue to believe in reason unconditionally? Against this backdrop, a group of artists began turning toward the inner world of the human mind, especially dreams, free association, hallucinations, and the unconscious. In 1924, the French poet André Breton published the Manifesto of Surrealism, which is usually seen as the official beginning of the movement. But to understand Surrealism, it's not enough to stay at the level of manifestos in theory. More importantly, we need to look at what it actually looks like. The most iconic example is, of course, Salvador Dali. In The Persistence of Memory, those limp, melting clocks have become almost a shorthand for Surrealism itself. A clock usually stands for precision, order, and time. But in Dali's hands, time seems to melt. It loses its hardness, and along with it, the sense of stability we normally depend on. When viewers look at this painting, they often feel an immediate and peculiar unease. Even the things we trust most can be distorted in a dream. Another major artist is René Magritte, but his approach is quite different from Dali's. If Dali creates visual spectacle, Magritte seems more interested in calmly taking apart the way we see the world. In The Son of Man, an ordinary man stands in front of us with his face hidden behind an apple. In The Treachery of Images, we see a painted pipe with the words underneath, "This is not a pipe." Magritte isn't simply making a joke. He's reminding us that an image is not the object itself, and language is not the same as reality. In that sense, Surrealism isn't just about painting dreams. It's also asking a deeper question: can the reality we think we understand really be trusted? Alongside this kind of imagery, where everything is painted realistically but the content is impossible, Surrealism also developed another path, creating pictures that seem to grow out of the unconscious by themselves. Joan Miró is a key example. In his work, we see shapes that look like stars, eyes, creatures, and symbols drifting and bouncing across the canvas. The colors are light and lively, the lines are free, and the whole image can feel like a child's drawing or a coded message from a dream. The German artist Max Ernst pushed this even further by experimenting with chance-based techniques such as frottage and collage, allowing textures and forms to emerge in irrational and unexpected ways. All of these methods were trying to do the same thing: reduce the control of rational design and let hidden psychic activity rise to the surface. So in reality, Surrealism was never a completely unified style. Some artists focused on the precise depiction of dreams, while others emphasized automatic writing and automatic drawing. Some leaned toward poetry, some toward philosophy, and some even brought in a dark sense of humor. But they all shared one central goal: to break through surface reality and turn invisible, hard to explain, yet deeply real inner experience into images. By the 1930s, Surrealism had spread from France across Europe and into the United States, becoming enormously influential. It shaped not only painting but also photography, film, theater, and literature. Later, because of war, exile, and the rise of new artistic movements, Surrealism gradually declined as an organized movement. But its importance lies not simply in the fact that it was once popular. It matters because it fundamentally changed what art could deal with. Art no longer had to stop at representing the external world. It could enter the deeper territory of dreams, memory, desire, and consciousness. In other words, Surrealism's most important legacy is that it showed us something essential. Art doesn't have to be more real than reality itself. It can also be truer to the inner life of the human mind. That's why these seemingly absurd images still feel powerful today. They are strange but never empty. They go against common sense, and yet they feel deeply honest. Because when we are fully awake, we are not always at our most truthful. Very often, it is the dream that reveals what reality would rather leave unspoken.
So much for today. I'm so glad you could make it. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.